Let me take the second question from Ashish Bhai. Swamiji, Ashish Bhai is asking, I have read that we need a teacher or a guru in many stages of life, from school to sports to arts and music. How important is it for a leader to have a spiritual guru? And what makes him a better leader?
100% if you believe that leadership is about leading lives and individuals. If you excel in every field or in every way, it helps a leader to become a better leader. Suppose I ask you, if a leader has good health, will it help him? Yes, of course. If a leader is intelligent, does it help him? Yes. If a leader possesses the skill of analysis, of course it will help him. If a leader is a great communicator, communication helps a leader. If a leader is patient, a value helps a leader. If a leader is very well educated, it doesn't harm, it helps. So if you think leadership is a complete process that helps other individuals in their lives, then everything is like an extra feather in the cap. The more qualities, the more values, the more abilities a leader possesses, the greater his ability to lead people. So, obviously, to have a spiritual guru helps a leader. Let's look at life. In our modern day life, we have accepted the need of teachers in every stage and every sphere. But first, do we or do we not accept that life is not just a physical dimension? Physical dimension is important in life, our body, our health, our diet, the exercises that we do. That's important. And that's why in this world we have teachers for almost every field in physical dimension. We have a gym instructor, we would have a health coach, we have a dietitian who takes care of diets, we would have doctors who treat us. They are like almost medical gurus. We have in school teachers teaching us, let's say, sports, music, art, everything that you have to do physically. So we have accepted that we need teachers and so called gurus in all our physical world that we live in. But our world does not just end with physical dimension. We are also an intellectual being. We have curiosity. We need to find out. We need to learn. We need to know. So we have an intellectual quest, and that is satisfied by having special subjects that enhance our intellectual abilities. That's why we have maths teachers, maths gurus. We have science teachers. We have teachers for languages. We have teachers for hidden skills of personality development. So in life, we have so easily accepted. If I asked you that all these gurus or teachers, would they be important for a leader? Hands down, you and I would say, yeah, a leader needs to be coached in everything. Professionally, a leader is also taught how to dress, what shoes would fit his clothes or her clothes. So, in this whole world, when we have specialists or even experts guiding a leader in everything that he does or she does, in so far as the physical dimension or intellectual dimension is concerned, so we accept that. Then why not a leader needing or having a spiritual guru that takes care of all the spiritual needs? Let me ask you that while we readily accept all our physical and intellectual needs, what about our emotional needs? Do we not get angry? What about emotions like jealousy? What about hurt, hate, revenge? What about the feeling of doing good? What about love, patience, courage? What about all these values and all these emotions that dictate and dominate our world? Many times leaders take decisions not because of their physical limitations or intellectual abilities, but also by driven by emotional pulls and pushes. So far as emotional world is concerned, an individual, a student, a human being is completely left free to learn from his failures or her successes. We just bounce around and learn from all the difficult challenges that we face. There are no literal guides. Then what about moral issues and moral questions? Should I or should I not? Should I do wrong or should I do right? Should I cheat? Should I betray? These are all moral questions. Is this good or is this bad? So, who guides you and me through all these woods or forests of moral complexities? It's such a difficult situation. And then the deeper, invisible issues of a higher reality, supreme being, of connecting to God, or feeling of being protected, or having greater responsibility towards a higher being. What about all these issues? Nobody really worries. Parents cannot guide. Even our teachers fall short. That is the reason that I believe that leaders who have spiritual gurus or spiritual guides that take care of emotional, moral, and spiritual world, which is invisible, which we do not focus upon much, that would make that leader a much stronger and a much powerful, a greater and a stable leader. So, of course, I believe that good leaders should have spiritual guides and gurus who take them across the complexities of life. In the words of Carl Jung, one of the most famous psychologists, he said, in his decades of treating people from all across the world, from some of the most developed countries, he found that one of the answers to their psychological problems was or would be finding a religious outlook in life. And personally, he said, a man who cured people from depression, who gave them hope, who actually helped people cross the challenges of mental illnesses. Carl Jung himself writes, then in my moments of darkness, I could have wished for nothing more than a real live guru. Someone possessing much greater wisdom, knowledge, and abilities than myself. Someone who could disentangle me from the involuntary creations of my own imaginations. When you are confused, when we are in a moment of darkness, a real life spiritual guru would be able to help us, extricate us from that moment. So, of course, I believe that even the leaders who are great and perhaps they did not have a guru in their life, but if they had a spiritual guru, they would become even greater leaders.